Okay, part 3. In part 3 we're going to talk about the springs and the alignment of the motor pod in the chassis. And I had some problems with it, and I hope that I can show it you on online. What was the problem? I was trying to use the SA8165G of scale auto springs. Those are the springs that was advised for me for the Mercedes NSR. They are extra hard, and as you can see, they have a big diameter. So the normal stoppers that not exactly. I will put them over it. They are just too small, and this is from the stoppers. I call them stoppers, but you have to do the screw from slotted in it for the springs. They are too small, so I took my Fusion program, CAD program, and I draw one for myself, and I printed one. So here you can see it's a larger volume, it has a buffer in it, and this is the spring set, how it's going to be at this moment. Then we had a second problem, because I wanted to use, here is this, yeah, those are the screws that was provided by Sidewinder. They were in the other motor pod, but the diameter of those screws was smaller than the diameter of the casing of slotted. So I had to glue them a little bit into the holes of the motor pod. So with a little bit of cement glue, 1 second cement glue, I did a drop of 3-4, let it harden it, and then you can use your screws, because focus again. Yeah, the lighting is also very bad. So, because here are the screws now, and I did like the size of the screws. They're perfectly fit in the chassis. So that's why I also wanted to use them, and I don't want to throw them away also. So that's the second part of this. Is the next step to integrate the motor pod in the chassis. So start recording part 3, building the motor into the motor pod. Here's the baby king. Here is the 28 teeth stopper and 2 motor screws to fix the motor at the pod. There is also yeah, I don't know what it is, a piece to align the motor into the motor pod, and this piece is always a little bit of fiddling. There is one side of it that is thick, the underside, and this side is a little bit slimmer. So the thick side of it, you have to put it downwards into the motor pod. let's see if we can get it on screen. Over here, there you put the piece with the thick piece beneath the motor pod. I already pushed the pinion on with a hand because it's plastic, and that's easy to do. A little bit of force, but you don't need a tool for it. The plus is the red is the plus side. I think I always do that at the front. So, and then we put those pieces together, and it always has to be a little bit of force, and watch out you don't break the motor pod. Here, yeah, there he is. And how do you know it's okay and snug? You can see that on the other side of the motor it will align with the rest. When that is okay, I put in the first motor screw and the one at the back side, because when the gear is on the axle, you are not going to reach the motor screw anymore. And I always tighten this as much as I can, and the other one I will wait with it. You can do it now, but I don't fix it. I leave a little play so I can play with it when I want to adjust the alignment of the gearing. This is going to be plastic on plastic. What a mess this time, the whole operation. So, push the axle through the pinion, the gear, a stopper on it, leave it some space, give it some space. That you can see I always said you don't have to see the play, but you have to feel it. But it is there. And as you can see, I made a cross of lines over here from a pencil, and those are 4 parts. And I want you to get to feel the play on every part. Here I feel play. Here I also feel the play, the room of the gearing on the pinion. And here it's a little bit less. And yeah, it's not always a perfect pinion, and it's not always a perfect gearing. So, but you don't want to have it on 3 moments. Maybe when you adjust the screw at the other side of the motor pod, it will come. So then I check it again. No, there is no play over here. Yes, 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 and here it's more struggling. But also the gears have to wear into each other. So when it's okay on 3 points, I will leave it for now. So, what can we talk about it more? The pinion is on its place, the gear, the motor screws, the gear, the axle, the stopper, the motor, the alignment over here is okay. So, another job done. So one of the next steps is the front tires, and there has to be a minimum value of 8 millimeters, and the minimum diameter has to be 18.5. Okay, 18.7. So I did one on a, I call it a stump. Yeah, let's take a little bit off. 80.7 is not a lot against 80.5, so a little bit of screwing. And I do that with my amp draw. I always look, it's now 61, and let's push it a little bit. And there you can hear her. Yeah, this is enough. 64. And let's see how far we can go. As you can see, we're almost there. Here is some lightning, and the rest is totally done. So just a little bit, and then we are I think we are about 18.3, and then we're gonna glue them again so we get until 18.5. So now we are on 18.4, and the second one is running. Let's glue the tire. I'm going to glue the tires with 1 second cement, and I will give it 4 or 5 times to get that 1.10 back, and maybe 18.6, 18.7. Let's see how long it takes, and then we're going to chew them again. So now we're going to harden the front tires, so you don't have a lot of more friction anymore. So a smoother front tire is better than a rubber front tire. This is the first coating, and all we can do now is wait. So we're now on layer 20, no 10 on both sides, so 20 total. And let's dry it, and then I will gonna make it smooth with the grinder. But now we're gonna focus on the back tires. Those are the sideways. Those are the tires from my Merc, and the diameter with the G25 is 20.8, and this one is 20.6. So they're similar. It looks like it's also a little bit thicker. I'm gonna change, go to the other camera, and I will show you when I will put the inserts from the air wheels in it, because now you're riding on 2 parts. In the middle is a gap, and you have a tire on the right and tire on the left, and in the middle there is nothing. So that problem will be solved with the air cushions. So as we're looking at the back tires, you can see there is an air gap over here. So here is rubber, and in the middle there is nothing. And that's normal, because there he is. In the middle it's also empty because there are air rims. With the G25 that's also the same, but there has already an air compartment in it, piece, or air wheels, how do you call it, soft. I don't know from who they are. I think they are sold by the organization of the GT3 Series, and you have to be careful with them because the last time I did them, they broke. I broke one. So don't give it a little bit of love, I hope. Here it is, here it is, here it comes. Am I happy with that? No, I'm not. So I will turn it around that it can distribute all over. It's it's slightly higher than the ring of the rims. I always take the tires into my mouth, so it's getting easier to get them on the rims. And yes, this is what I want from the air wheels, because now they are the same as the F of the G25s. The glue is now hard enough, and measured the tire, and is now 19.3, and we're gonna take it back to 18.5 again. So, and now you hear them working. So we're gonna adjust the tire that is round again, and then I will polish the tire. And when I'm going to polish, I will be back how to do it. So we're now at the point of 18.7 diameter, and from the rule set it can be 18.5, but I'm not taking a chance that someone has another capillator, how do you call it, a capillator, what the fuck was the name of it? Okay, a measure instrument. I'm going to polish it with a nail polish block, and this is foam, and one is the roughest, and then you go to 2, 3 and 4, and then I'm gonna smooth out the, let's see, the tire. Give it some power. I will show it to you. This is one. I give some pressure because it's foam. Let's see if I can do it more. Yes, this is a better close-up. And I take the corners of the tire, so I will round them a little bit, and then I go to 2, 3 and 4, and at the end I will do a little bit of moisture on it, and I will show you the results. So, and when you're done, you see the right one that's not finished, And here we've got a perfect shining glued hardened front wheel. I have to measure it now, but I hope it's about 17.7 still, or 18.7. Let's see what I make of it, what I achieved. 18.7 and the rule says 18.5, so it could be 1/10 slower, but I'm not gonna risk it. So happy with that. The next one.